Still scoring like Mo Salah, but you won't see me on the wing. Oh, that's your girl I didn't know, brother. She was really trying to get it in. She was trying to give me blows, whoa, I didn't even say a thing. I don't force girls, I get girl force. Shorty blowing like the wind. Still winning, man, I can't lose. Had to hit him with a part two. Pretty girls, let me touch it. You got no touch, Lukaku. I finesse it, ain't hard to. I just R1 and then R2. I could run through if I want to. Like a through ball, I just pass.
Alright guys, welcome back to Relegation Battle. Today, before we make our own Premier League team season, just going to talk about the final weekend. Jack, we'll start with you. United secure top 4. Good win over Leicester. Lingard even getting a goal. How do you feel right now?
I'm very happy. To be honest, I didn't. Obviously, it's very cliche and very normal to say this, but I just didn't care about that Leicester performance. The performance against West Ham, Southampton, I was disappointed. But this game, you just want to win no matter what. And luckily, not luckily, but in the end, we did get the result that we needed.
Tom, similarly, you made Europa League. You can't remember who you beat.
We drew to Palace.
So you drew to Palace 1-1, I believe. Still made Europa though. How do you feel right now?
I mean, I'll take it. I thought the season was written off. I mean, but at one point I was like, I don't want Europa League. But then after realising that Mourinho will go for it, it's not like when we used to be in it with Pochettino. He'll just play like all the players that couldn't get in our starting 11, so it's literally pointless. But no, Mourinho, he'll actually play a strong, maybe not for the group stage, because you should in theory, we should easily get out of that, nice and easy. But when it comes to knockout stages, I reckon he would definitely go for it. And he even had the mentality and said, you can say it's arrogant or cocky, but it just shows his mentality. He said before, when we had our 2 last games of the Premier League, he said, win these 2 games and we win the Europa. He's basically saying, we get into the Europa, he expects to win it. He's going for it, basically. So I'm excited we got it, to be honest. We ain't been in it in a while. And yeah, it could be a trophy and extra money at the end of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, Leicester ended up joining you guys in Europa, and Chelsea made top 4, which I think all of us here said would be the most likely. Then at the other end, Bournemouth and Watford joined Norwich and going back down. There was some late drama in that West Ham Villa game, 2 late goals, but Villa got the draw. And since then, Bournemouth have come out and said they may try to get that Villa Sheffield game looked at, because obviously there was that goal for Sheffield that didn't count. So yeah, maybe they still have a chance, but for now, I think it's fair to say they've gone down.
Yeah.
Watford almost stayed up as well, but Arsenal somehow managed to hold on. And then, yeah, playoffs happening right now. Brentford just knocked out Swansea with a good 3-1 win over them in the second leg.
Yeah.
And then Fulham right now, I believe, 2-0 up against Cardiff with Josh Onoma, I believe, played for Spurs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he scored a good solo goal before a free kick. I mean, I think that's about it for now. We'll go on to European football afterwards. So let's go on to the main thing about this week's episode. We're going to make our team of the season. So I've got a list of like 3 or 4 people for each position. We're going to just debate each one, see who we put in, and then.
So it's like an overall. It's not an individual. It's like an overall.
No, we're just going to make one together. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So if you guys want to go to the other 3 now. So goalkeeper. The 3 people I've nominated for this are Dean Henderson, Nick Pope, and Alisson. So what do you guys think? Who do you think should be in there?
Well, I wouldn't say Nick Pope.
Surprised you didn't put Edison in as well. Just because.
Oh, no.
Just because he's had the most clean sheets, so he has to be up there as the best. One of the
so
best
overrated.
keepers.
Yeah, but was he actually good himself? Well, we'll put Edison in there then.
But he must have been. Their defense is rubbish. City's defense is rubbish, so he must have been good.
Well, we'll add Edison as well then. Do that. So Jack, is that your
For
pick
me,
with
yeah, he got the
Edison.
most clean sheets. I mean, I'm not saying he's better than Alisson. I think Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the Prem. But from this season, he's got the most clean sheets. So for me, it has to be Edison.
I disagree because I do find it strange how he has got the most clean sheets, but I watch Man City a lot and he makes a lot of mistakes. He's known for like he concedes a lot of penalties from his mistakes as well. He's
Yeah.
known for bringing players down a lot, and he's done it a lot this year. I'm not so thing about him, to be honest. I know he got the most clean sheets, which is good. People say, well, he plays for Man City. To be honest, their defense is really not that great. That's the thing with Alisson. I'm not too sure about. He is good, but then I don't know how good Alisson is just because of the defense that's in front of him.
So yeah, you got literally both sides of the stick there. You got Edison,
Yeah,
whose defense is really bad, so he kept the clean sheets, so he's made good. But then Alisson, he's got a good defense, so that's why he's got the clean sheets as well. So I mean, I think Nick Pope has to get a mention because he's second.
because-
Just going to the last game, he was joint top clean sheets for Burnley. I know they sit back and everything,
But the
but
thing is, they literally have their whole team behind the ball.
yeah, I know, yeah, I get that, but surely the players some point are going to concede loads of shots, so he has to be there. I mean, that Liverpool game when they drew was
Yeah.
fantastic.
But
But
out of all of
What about
them,
Dean Henderson? Are we
yeah,
just
that's right.
ruling him
I
out?
think I'm going to pick Dean Henderson actually, just because, right? Well, all of them are good. They wouldn't be in the conversation if they weren't good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would have probably thrown maybe Leno in there as well, but because he's been brilliant this year. If anything,
yeah.
Arsenal have been, as a lot of people say, maybe not a relegation team, but a lot worse than
Would
they
be
were. But
close. Yeah,
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Dean Henderson just because he's young, first season in the Prem, right? And
yeah.
no one expected him to be good. No one expected Sheffield United to be good. And with the season that Sheffield United had, considering their team on paper, you'd think, hands down, I thought they were getting relegated easy with the players they had on paper. But I think Dean Henderson has been their best player, and for what they've done this season, I'll probably give it to Dean Henderson, but it probably could be either one of them, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree with you. I think Dean Henderson, because obviously keepers are judged on mistakes as well. And off the top of my head, the only mistake I think of from him is the Liverpool game, where he just
I
let
can
the
think of a
ball
few
go
more.
through him.
I can think of a few more, but
But
I'm
I
not
feel
going to
like,
get into that. I think it's 2 against 1. We'll go Dean Henderson.
yeah, I just think teams who sit back more as well, they just face more shots. So for what they've achieved as well, I guess you can't judge on that, but
Yeah.
I think Henderson just been on it. That's the one. All right back. We've got 3 people again.
There's only one answer.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah.
You just might as well put it in. It's Trent.
Yeah, it is
Easy.
Trent. So it was hard to
He-
think of 2 others close to him. I went with Wan-Bissaka and Ricardo Pereira because
Didn't he just
they
get
all
like
both
the
decent.
most assists or something, like 2 seasons or something like
No,
that?
he equalled his assist for last year. Did he get assist? I don't know if he got assist in the last game.
No, but in
I
the
think-
last 2 seasons, I'm pretty sure it was him. And saying the last 2 seasons in the Prem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
He has the most assists,
Yeah.
even more than De Bruyne. I know De Bruyne.
Yeah,
I think he had a lot of injuries last year, but for a fullback, that is ridiculous.
I think he got 12 last year and 12 this year.
Okay, for some reason, apparently, we have 7 minutes left for this call, so let's just go through it. Left back. So I got Robertson, Digne, and Chilwell. Is it just that easy?
I mean,
again, just
I think it's got to be Robertson. I mean, I think he had a better season last year, but it's still got to be Robertson again.
Yeah, same. I agree. I don't really rate one of the others. I think, overrate. I think Chilwell's overrated.
Yeah, and he had a good first 3 months. Then that was it.
Well, going to centre backs now. There's 6 to choose from. We'll pick 2. So I got Van Dijk, Sorenchu, John Egan, Harry Maguire, Tarkowski, and Laporte.
Right, well,
Van Dijk's
you
first
might as well
name,
put Van Dijk.
definitely.
Jesus Christ. Who are the others?
So you've got Harry Maguire, Soyuncu, John Egan, Tarkowski, and Laporte.
The Soyuncu one's a weird one because he had a brilliant first start, like when Christmas, but it's the fact that they dropped as a team, but then I feel bad because was it him individually?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, probably. I know. I say I don't. He had a good start. I don't rate him that much. I think he's a good defender, but if probably over the balance of the season, he's probably the second best centre back this season. Laporte's
Who
been
else
injured,
was he? Yeah, exactly.
So-
Laporte's had injuries.
so
He
you
probably
can't
would have
really
been
include
there.
him. I mean, Maguire's been
Yeah.
good, but he's made a few glaring mistakes. But he has helped us
John
defensively.
Egan
But
has done well, not gonna lie.
yeah, with Sheffield United. But I think I know that's their first season, Ben, but Soyuncu's first season as well. So I think him.
Yeah, I'd probably go Soyuncu. Is out of him and Egan.
Yeah, we'll put Soyuncu in then. Yeah, I think Leicester as a team just dropped off in general.
Yeah, I don't think you can blame it on
Yeah,
Yeah,
some specific people. But he
Yeah.
was a beast. He was a beast, especially at the
Yeah.
start of the season. He was really good.
well, we'll be on seventh mids now. So I've got a couple people. We'll just pick three. So we've got Jordan Henderson, De Bruyne, Kante, Kovacic, Bruno, Fabinho, Madison, McGinn, and Lundstrom.
I've got a 3 in mind.
Yeah, I got 4.
Well, I think one is De Bruyne. I think all three of us will have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, we'll put him in.
I also think Jordan Henderson gets in as well.
Yeah, that was mine. I'm debating with
Yeah, I agree.
Kovacic and Bruno.
For my third one, I have to say Bruno. I mean the impact he's made since he's come in. He's
For me, it's
basically
yeah.
single-handedly got us top 3, pretty much.
Yeah,
I
for me, it's
know.
between Bruno and Fabinho.
Never
No,
seen
are
someone
you
make such an
mental?
impact.
Fabinho.
Fabinho's been good, man.
No. Kovacic has been Chelsea's best player of the season. Kovacic is very good.
Yeah.
I think
But how
Kovacic
much
gets in,
competition
but
did he
then
have?
Bruno's in my head. Huh?
I've never seen someone make such an impact like Bruno.
Yeah,
I know he's only been half a season, but
he's got like his assist is ridiculous. Whether it's set piece or not, it don't matter. It's a part of the game, so you can't say, oh, it's only a penalty or.
yeah.
I think obviously when we talk about Villa, the initial play is always Grealish. I feel like when John McGinn obviously had a little bit of injury as well, but when he was fit, he was so.
In
my
where's
opinion, he was very
Grealish?
influential. Grealish plays left wing, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough. He ain't gonna get in then, is he?
Yeah, for me,
So,
I'd pick Bruno.
Bruno, Tom?
Who are you saying, Joel?
I thought it was played between Bruno and Fabinho.
Oh no, we might as well go Bruno then, because I was thinking Kovacic. I'd put Kovacic over Fabinho any day of the week, but if you're gonna say if Fabinho, you might as well go Bruno then, since we've all thinking about Bruno.
All right. Go right wing. Got 3 people. Got Mo Salah, Riyad Mahrez, and Adama Traore.
Oh, gee, this is tough because
For me, it's easy. It's Mo
I'm a
Salah.
big. I don't see it like that. I don't see why people say thing about Salah like that. His output's good, but his overall he doesn't really get too much involved. Don't get me
I know
wrong,
what
he's
you
up
mean.
there, but Adama Traore, oh my, watching him, he runs through the whole team every game.
Obviously, he just
That's
broke
a
the
tough
record as
one.
well for most take-ons.
Yeah.
And he plays for Liverpool, the other one plays for Wolves. Wolves ain't a crap team, but it's not Liverpool. Who was the other one? Mahrez. I don't think it's Mahrez. I
his
don't think it's
stats
Mahrez.
compared to how many games he's started are unbelievable.
I don't know. What is his stats?
He's got over 10 goals and I think 10 assists. But
Really?
I think he's played most games, but it doesn't start many. He doesn't play many minutes. He always gets subbed off or on.
Yeah, that's the City way, doesn't it, with the forwards.
This is tough. Dharma's had a fantastic season.
Then
Yeah,
I know it's a team, but then Liverpool won the league as well.
Yeah, but that's the team. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
get
saying.
that.
If you watch Liverpool, I don't know what it is with Salah. His output is brilliant, but if you're comparing him and Adama, I feel like Adama has more of a impact in build up. He's more in the game, whereas Salah drifts a bit, but then he's there when you need him, which is, I guess,
yeah.
the main thing.
Yeah, I can see the arguments for Dom. I'm happy to go for him if there's an
Yeah,
agreement.
I think
Or
I'll
do you
go
think
with
someone else,
Adama.
Joe?
Well, if
That's
you both
fine.
go Adama, it's 2v1, then we'll go Adama.
All right. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think that's been the toughest so far.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
all of them have good seasons. All right.
Oh my god, look how many
Striker.
upgrades he's had.
Striker. So I got 4 people here. Aubameyang, Ings, Vardy, and Aguero.
Are you done, bro? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
I
joking.
know, I
Me.
know.
No. I'm joking.
Jamie Vardy.
Oh really? Because I'm
Top scorer.
thinking Danny Ings.
Yeah, as soon as you said
Oh.
that, I was like, you know what? Because he's Southampton as well.
But then
But
Aubameyang,
top
not gonna lie.
scorer.
We talked about Leno earlier. I mentioned about Leno and
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
mean,
Would
yeah,
be
without them two, Arsenal
they
would
would
be
be fucked. But I think
starting off from striker.
Yeah, so we're back off the technical pitch. So on the striker spot. So I mean, Aubameyang and Ings, they basically it's a phantom at the bottom of the table at one point, and then Ings really got into his form, got them to where they are now. Aubameyang, I think the perfect example of this season was the last game against Watford. Without him and his goals, we're just not winning these games. But then Vardy and Aguero, their goals have almost kept them to where they are. I know Aguero has been it's a bit of a weird one because him and Jesus are always constantly rotated with Pep. It's the best him and Tomorrow's. And then Vardy went through a long spell, like not a long spell, but a while where he didn't score a couple of games.
Yeah.
So who do you guys
Well,
pick?
then that just shows you. That just shows you how good he's been this season. He's gone through a stage of not scoring, and no one's still caught up with him. Well, I say caught up with him; they've got 1 or 2 behind him, but no one's reached him or gone beyond him. That just shows how good his start mid-season was. I know he's had a drought since I don't know what I want to say February, maybe in the new year, but that just shows how good his season was. And finishing top goal scorer, for me, he has to get in as a striker position. I know Danny Ings, like you said, has been brilliant. No one expected that from a Southampton player. But for me, top goal scorer has to be Jamie Vardy.
I disagree. It's just like you could say that about the clean sheet one with Edison. That's why I saw him do a lot of mistakes. That's why I didn't pick him. I picked Dean Henderson. I think, like I said, you have a case for all of them, otherwise they wouldn't be in a conversation. But the two that I'm thinking of is 100% Aubameyang and Danny Ings. I think I'm leaning more to Danny Ings, not because I'm a Tottenham fan, because actually I was a big fan of Aubameyang until he went to Arsenal, because I used to have I used to watch Dortmund a lot. I would say Danny Ings just because he was one off it. So he was only 1 goal off Jamie Vardy. He don't play week in, week out every season. He's had so many injuries that he's so hard to come back from. He plays for Southampton. They are one of the worst teams, well, compared out of the others, like Leicester, Arsenal and all that are involved in this conversation. He's the reason why they're not been relegated, put it that way. That is it. He was 1 goal off of Vardy, so just because Vardy got it, I don't think you should say he deserves it, because he only scored 1 more goal than him, even though he plays for a much better team than him. I think you've got to give it to Danny Ings hands down, to be honest.
Don't know who to go for. I feel like I've just watched Aubameyang so much more. So like, I know the impact he's had, but at the same time, Ings, what he's done as well, was like you said for Southampton, he has kept them alive realistically.
Yeah, and he plays
I
for
see.
they ain't the greatest team at all. And they
Vardy
showed
as
it
well.
because they were in a relegation battle early on, and they only got out of it because of him. It's as simple
But
as
They
that.
lost
it's almost
9-0
like
to Leicester, didn't they?
Leicester's season was like the other way around though. Without Vardy, would there have been like not challenging Liverpool, but
Yeah,
like second
yeah,
place for a long time?
definitely. But like I said, the 1 goal difference, and he plays for a much better team. Like I can understand why you'd think Vardy, but Danny Ings plays for Southampton, and Danny Ings before this season, it's not like because when you play season out, you build confidence and you want to improve, keep improving. Danny Ings would have had a good season even if he got 12 goals, just because every season he's had a very long-term injury. This is the first season where he's actually been able to keep himself fit, and he just shows when he does it. Even if he's at Southampton, he will bang in goals. I think it's Danny Ings.
Well, there's only one fair way to decide this. Jack, Tom, time for rock, paper, scissors.
What
So you
about
guys,
your decision?
now I want to go Aubameyang, but I see both arguments for Ings and Vardy over Aubameyang. So rock, paper, scissors between you two. It's the only way
Would
to
you do it
decide
on
this.
rock, paper, scissors or rock, paper, scissors, go?
No offense.
Tom,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Rock, paper, scissors or rock, paper, scissors, go?
Joel, why
When it
don't you
comes,
just decide who? We've all got good arguments. Why don't you just decide on who if Aubameyang weren't in the conversation, it was just out of Vardy and Danny Ings, who would you pick? And then just go off of that.
I gotta go Vardy, to be honest.
Go with Vardy then.
Yeah, Vardy's in then. Okay, and finally left wing spot. Got Mane, Son, Grealish, Pulisic, and Raheem Sterling. All again, got Mane, arguably Liverpool's best player of the season for like his consistency throughout. Son, I believe, only one of 3 players this season who got both 10 goals and 10 assists. Again, the Spurs side that wasn't the best of their quality. Grealish just again carrying Aston Villa to safety almost, especially that last goal they scored. Pulisic, I think a lot of people didn't expect him to start off this well. Like I think most people expected no end product, just a lot of dribbling, but he's proved a lot of people wrong. And Sterling, despite only getting 1 assist, which a lot of people were focusing on, he's got 20 goals for the first time in a City squad that rotates so much, and from how wide as well. So each one have their own reason. What do you guys think?
I changed my mind. This is the hardest position.
Jack?
When we said the right wing's hard, this is harder.
for me, it's Mane. I know it's easy to say that because they won the league, but I mean, he's probably been their player of the season. Him or Trent.
No, Trent's been their best player this season.
But I think Mane's been first or second best player of the season. So for me, it has to be Mane.
Tom, what do you think?
I've got 3 players in mind. I've got Mane, I've got Son, and I've got. Who's the other one I've got?
Marcus
I
Rashford.
think it was. Oh, was Rashford mentioned in that?
No,
Nah.
joking.
Oh, I was surprised actually he wasn't.
Yes,
Sterling. To be honest, I think it's out of 2 now. I think it's Son. I'm not just saying that. It's out of Son and Mane. The reason why I'm probably going to stick by Son just because he's a Tottenham player, but I'm not just out. I'm going to give an argument. The reason why Mane is in the best team. Son has played for a crap Tottenham team. If you think our team is good, you're actually. I hear so many people saying, "Oh, they've actually got a good team." No, we don't. We really don't. You don't watch Tottenham to know. There's so many good players that get overhyped and they're just crap. Son is probably our best player. Well, except from Kane, but then Kane can't keep fit. Son has had to carry us so many times when there ain't no Kane. He's had to play striker, left, and we never attack recently, so he hardly gets a chance to attack because we're always sitting back. I know you could say, all right, we were under Pochettino, so we were pressing a lot. Pochettino managed the team for like 12 games, and we were really bad in them 12 games. Like we got. I remember when we played Brighton, we got dominated, literally all in our half. So I can see why you said Mane, but I just think Son. I personally think that Son is our most underrated player, even though you two might rate him. Fair enough, right? But in the majority of the public eye, I don't think Son gets enough recognition for his ability. I honestly think he's up there with the top players. I'm telling you that now. He is really good. He's been our player of the season for 2 seasons now, and he literally won all the awards. He got the best goal. I know it ain't done by a goal, but to get 12 goals as a winger and also like I think he got like 11 assists or something like that.
Yeah.
That's in double digits in both in a Tottenham team that's been crap, and he's had to carry us. I'd give it to Son because I just think he's underrated for what he should be rated at. To be honest, he should be rated at Mane level. He just plays in a Liverpool team. It's
But
just
then
simple
I
as
could
that.
actually no more.
No, go on.
No, not don't worry.
Was what you gonna say stupid or?
No, it wasn't stupid, but it wasn't. You don't worry, it just wasn't in the conversation, so I'll just allow it. Yeah, but for me, I still think Mane.
I'm going with Son.
No, I would agree with both of you in that Mane and Son are the main important ones. But I'm going to go with Mane. I mean, yeah, like you said, Son in your team this season to get the goals and assists he did is incredible. But for me, when Liverpool just needed that little bit more to push them in the line, because I know we say they smashed the lead like earliest anyone's won it, but it wasn't like they were beating everyone 4 or 5-0. There were a couple 2-1s, 3-2, 3-1s in there. And for me, the player that made a difference was always Sadio Mane. He turned up, like we said earlier, Salah did. Mane did for me this season as well. And that's not something we've seen from him every season or every game. So for me, I think Mane is just, because of his consistency throughout, he gets it for me. So that is our team.
I was surprised you didn't mention Rashford in that section. Not gonna lie, I think that would have been a question as well. To be honest.
I mean, would you put him above Mane and Son?
No, but I would have debated about it like I did with Son. I'd have probably debated that same thing with Rashford, to be honest.
Because Rashford's got 17 goals.
I probably would have said
assists.
Rashford over Son. I probably would have debated Rashford because he has been there. He's been Man United's best player of the season.
Fair enough, then it's my bad. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't go that far, Tom.
I think, your best player of the season?
Yeah, no, it hasn't been our best player this season.
What? Who's it been? Bruno?
No, Martial.
No.
Rashford takes penalties and Martial's got the same goals as him.
So, he's a striker. He's a winger.
Tom, Martial's played half the season with Lingard and Pereira.
I'd still give it to Rashford.
Rashford scored.
Rashford was in brilliant form when before the restart, like before we had coronavirus, he was in fantastic form.
I mean, before we had coronavirus, he was injured.
Yeah, but
he was injured up until January. Yeah, but the thing is, he's only had a good. Martial was injured from the 3rd game, I believe, in the season. He was out for 2 months. Rashford went up front was awful. I think he scored 1 goal
He's not a striker.
I scored 1 goal in 8 games. Yeah, so he was awful in that period.
He's not a striker.
I think 2 months. Then had this brilliant month or 2 months on the left wing, but you forget he scored
All right then. If
7.
you're saying about Rashford being in this like argument for left wing, why didn't you mention anything for Martial being in the argument for striker then?
Just because I think Vardy, Ings, because they've got more goals.
Yeah, but
I'm not going
Mane
off
and
just
Son,
off goals.
Mane and
But
Son have done brilliant.
yeah, I'm not saying Rashford should be ahead of them. I'm just saying maybe
He
he
should
should
be
have
in
been
a
in the argument.
conversation.
Yeah, I would just put
Yeah,
put
but
the thought
fair
on
enough.
why
what
he
I'm
should be in
saying.
there.
That's what I'm saying about Martial as well, though. You never mentioned anything about Martial.
Yeah, just because I didn't, because that was more straightforward for me. The
No, I don't
striker,
think so.
straight Vardy. But
Well, just because he got golden boot,
I
he
mean,
got
not
one
just.
more
I
goal.
mean, yeah, but that's still one more goal than anyone else.
But he plays for Leicester and Danny Ings plays for Southampton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's also
but
better
he
teams
still.
than
Put
Leicester.
it, put it this way, right? Euros comes round the corner. Kane starts back up. If I had the option for Vardy and Danny Ings, I would give it to Danny Ings because I think he deserves it more just because of what he's been playing with.
But yeah, that means Grealish should be ahead of Mane.
What?
If you're saying like that, the team Grealish should be ahead of Mane.
I wanted
Because he played
Grealish
for
in
the
the
worst
pick.
team. Yeah, he was. Like,
Yeah, but
you didn't
the
talk about him.
thing with Grealish, right? You know how much I rate Grealish. I like him better as a centre mid. I know he does play left wing, but he's not a left winger. He's not. He's a box to box midfielder. He controls the play. He don't even really play that wide for Aston Villa anyway, because he's just everywhere around the pitch. He has to be. So that's why I just did not even think about Grealish. That's why when it came to the centre mids, I was like, what about Grealish? And you said left wing. I thought, oh, okay. I see him more as a central mid player.
So if he was a centre mid player, would he get in? Do you think?
I would have thought about it, but I'd have probably just put Bruno because I've never seen a player have such an impact on a team in the first 3 months. I just think it's ridiculous. I'd have maybe debated it with Henderson, but then it's the Liverpool captain. Can you really put
Yeah,
him over it? Not really. So
yeah, that's fair
maybe it
enough.
would have been different if Grealish was playing for a better team, but it's the way it is.
Yeah,
Mm,
fair enough.
fair enough. Manager of the season, I think Klopp just takes it for what he's achieved with his Liverpool team.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean,
like
if he
to
wins,
I'd like
if he
to
wins
give
the
Chris
league, sorry,
Wilder a mention.
Yeah, Chris, I was going to say that. And getting Sheffield Wednesday win the first season as well. First season back,
Yeah.
just say.
yeah, I think it should. I think it would have been him if Liverpool didn't dominate as much. I think if Liverpool won the league, but only by how many City won the league last year.
Yeah.
I know Pep
More
won
of
it
a
last year,
debate.
but I think it would be more debate. I think
Yeah.
the
You,
manager's pretty straightforward just because they've been so dominant.
yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can't ignore the fact that he's literally. We got the best league in the world, and he's made it look like a piece of piss.
yeah,
Then I believe match of the day gave goal of the season to Son for his goal against Burnley when he just ran from like his own half. Do you two both agree with that?
Well, I do, but every time I speak to someone about it, they always go, "Oh, it's not even that good," because Burnley players let him, like, whatever. How often do you see someone run from there? He was literally at the edge. He got past the ball just outside of our edge of our box, and he ran. I think he should have. I'm not just saying
I mean,
that.
yeah, I mean, probably should have, but yeah, I mean, yeah, he probably should have. I mean, he
There've been
was,
some good
I
goals this
think,
year.
second and third. Top three was Son, Martial, and I can't remember the third one. But
Who was
yeah, I mean, the way
Martial's one?
when it was against Watford, so like Cruyff turned it kind of, then like chipped it over
Oh, I ain't gonna know
Foster.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Did Grealish
I
get
mean,
a mention with the one against Man United? That was a brilliant goal.
yeah, I don't think that was top. I can't remember which one the third one
See,
was.
if that weren't like one of the top ones, you just know that there've been some good bangers because that was a
Yeah,
fantastic goal.
Yeah, for me,
yeah,
that Son goal, because, yeah, like you said, you don't see a lot of people do that nowadays, especially in the Premier League,
Yeah.
maybe in like the Brazilian league or something like that, but not in the Prem.
Yeah.
And then the one De Bruyne scored in the last leg against Norwich, where he did a couple of skill moves,
Oh
cut it back,
yeah.
and lashed it in. For me, like that was better than his Newcastle goal. So I mean, De Bruyne's got like 5 on his own, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I mean, that's the other thing. Henderson won the Football Writers Award, I want to say, for Player of the
yeah.
Season, ahead of like De Bruyne and all the others. Do you guys agree with that?
I mean, is
Um,
that the proper player of the season? It's not, is it?
No, it's not.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it just. I mean, yeah, I still don't agree with it. But I think De Bruyne will win player of the season. Actually, I say that. I don't think he will. I mean, if he should, he's been
it'll
absolutely
probably be a
fantastic.
Liverpool player. It will be a
Yeah,
Liverpool player.
I think it will be Henderson, just because he's captain first.
See the thing, yeah, that's the problem. I think Henderson's a good player, right? But does he get too much credit just because he's the captain of the
And English.
Liverpool? Yeah, because when
Yeah,
I watch him, he gets a lot of stick for going sideways and backwards, right?
I feel like
There's
when
nothing
you
wrong
watch
with that
him,
in a way.
like when you watch him, you're like, all right, he's a bit like you can see why he's rated, but like he's not De Bruyne level. But for
No, he's
me,
not.
but like when you notice Henderson the most is when he's not in the team. So I think Liverpool's midfield, if without him, it is very different. And I think
Yeah, but I could say that
you could
about Van
see,
Dijk. I'd rather give it to Van
yeah,
Dijk if we had to give it to a Liverpool player, to be honest. He's the best centre back in the world, so I can see why they're saying Henderson. It's not a bad thing to say him, but you look at Van Dijk and De Bruyne and you think they're the ability-wise that should deserve to win it.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
Henderson gets a lot of points because he's the captain, and the captain's a big thing
yeah,
for a team, don't get me wrong, and he's got good leadership, but their quality just, I think, overdoes the
yeah.
captaincy of and leadership of Henderson, in my opinion.
I mean, it'll be a bit biased to Liverpool because 2 seasons ago, when City broke 100 points, Salah got player of the season. I know he scored 32 goals, which is joint record.
Yeah,
However, City just went 100 points. I mean, if now Liverpool win the league, even though it's like Liverpool winning the league the same as City won the league, De Bruyne's been as good as Salah, but then they're going to give it to a Liverpool player just because they won the league,
yeah.
but didn't give it to a City player back then. I mean,
If you
yeah,
say to
Liverpool.
anyone, go on, sorry, Jack, sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, like you said, like people like he's not even top 3 players in their team. You got
No,
Mane, Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, who all comes before him. And you
Yeah.
can even say Alisson, the goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
he wouldn't. And I think De Bruyne's the best player in City and has been the best player this season. So if they give it to Henderson, I don't care, but I just feel like it'd be a bit unjust.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, if you ask, if you ask someone, majority of people like, who do you think the best player in the Premier is? Majority of them will say De Bruyne. De
Yeah,
Bruyne would win the
100%.
vote. He is, in my opinion, and a lot more opinions would say he is the best player in the Prem. So they're not saying that for any old reason.
yeah, fair enough. The last point, David Silva obviously played his final game for Man City, final game in the Prem. For you guys, where does he rank among the Premier League legends?
Oh, he's up there. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he's definitely a Premier League legend.
Yeah, the season that Man City first won it, when they just nipped Man United for the title, him and Aguero and Toure. Oh, that was one of the best Man City teams you'll ever see, and he was a part of it. He was there. He controlled a lot of the play from defense to attack.
Yeah,
He was brilliant.
Yeah, definitely up
So
there.
is he like talk about the Henry, Shearer's, Terry's?
Yeah,
Are we
he's up
putting
there.
up there?
I mean, you're talking about, you mentioned attackers, but for the midfielders, yeah, he's 100% up there. He was brilliant. He's
I wouldn't say.
he's up there for the midfielders. I think
Yeah,
he
I wouldn't
is.
say like top. I wouldn't say top 3.
No, there's been a lot of midfielders that is hot, but he's a legend.
Probably top 5 to 10, maybe. Yeah, 100% top legend. I'm a very good professional.
Yeah, well, I believe that's it. Oh yeah, before we go, Jack, United are still in the Europa League.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean much now you go Champions League, but
no.
what are your hopes for that?
I mean, I want to win it. You want to win a trophy now. I think our players will be a bit more relieved now we got top four. So I mean, the pressure's off, and I mean, as you saw after the project restart, when we were playing without any pressure because we were so far behind, we were breathing teams. So I feel like we played better without pressure. So I think we can just go and enjoy it, and I think we will win. However, the rumours I've seen is that Ollie's going to play a weakened team. So I still think we have some players to get to at least get to the final. Whether we could beat someone like Inter Milan or even Wolves in the semi-final, but I think we have a very good chance of winning it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was announced that whoever's participating in the European competition will get a bit of a later start
Yeah, it
than
depends how
September
far they go
12th.
into it. Yeah,
And Tom, I believe you won the Fantasy League, so
Yeah.
congratulations. I think I
Thank
can't
you.
remember who came second. I'm not sure.
Jack,
If you guys
I
know.
think it was
probably.
was it me? I think it was Junaid who came second actually, and I came third.
Junaid beat
Well, I know.
you.
I think so. Yeah.
I know I lost to Jay as well. I came last. Jay came fourth.
Oh,
So-
no, you lose to Jay. Oh, that's shocking.
Listen, Corona messed it up for me. That's all I can say. Man.
I got
It ruined
90
it for
points
me.
in my last week.
Oof, I think I was like 79. I think. 'Cause I had a bit of Aubameyang and De
I
Bruyne.
didn't do
So
great.
yeah, that is it for now. We'll come back with once the European competitions have started, probably. Oh yeah, last thing. I believe Man City have signed Ferran Torres as well. Like it's been
Yeah, it's
basically
Yeah.
gone through.
confirmed
Yeah.
now. So yeah, that should be interesting to see as well. That's it for now. Have a nice.
Before I think it's time to